Now joined by the Houston Cougars. This team 5-25 a year ago, and now welcoming the first year Matthew Mitchell as a head coach, back after 5 years away from the game, the all-time winningest coach in Kentucky program history, over 300 wins. Joined today by three of his student athletes: graduate student forward Amira Abdur-Rahim, junior forward Kiera Merchant, and senior guard TK Pitts. Coach, I'm going to start with you. Welcome to Kansas City and to the Big 12. And I know everyone in women's basketball happy to have you back in the game. There's a rich tradition of basketball success at both the University of Houston and the city as well. I mean, it's a basketball town. Your phone rang last spring. Why was this the right place at the right time?
Well, I think the city was a big draw, and basketball is important in that city. It's so funny. A man from my hometown, Louisville, Mississippi, had great success with the Houston Comets. Coach Van Chancellor won 4 WNBA championships in the city, so a lot of success in women's basketball there. University is incredible. Such a world-class university was a big draw. And then I just could sense a real commitment from President Couture and Eddie Nunez that they wanted women's basketball to be successful. Coach Sampson has built one of the absolute premier men's basketball programs. And so, you know, you try to draft off that energy a bit and you see what the possibility is. And so all of those factors really made Houston very attractive to me. I think we can have great success there.
It all takes a lot to be able to build something. And you talk, I think, about 3 winning tools, the standards of your program. Can you talk a little bit about that? You've got 10 newcomers and how this group has worked to embrace that on and off the court every day.
Well, it's amazing. The winning tools turned 20 this year. I was 20 years ago in 2005, 2006 was my first year as a Division I head coach at Morehead State University. And we wanted to figure out how to communicate who we wanted to be as a basketball program. And my parents really stressed over and over. They never coached basketball, but they did coach leadership in life. And so honesty, being able to be truthful with yourself and others, hard work, rolling up your sleeves and giving the necessary effort to get the job done. And then the discipline it takes in life to make decisions that will lead to, you know, positive action so you can get great outcomes. So those 3 things, I believe, are simple, but they're extremely powerful. And I've been so proud of our team for embracing those and being open to learning how we can activate those tools so we can build the kind of team and build the season that we want to have this year.
To all of our media friends, if you have a question, please raise your hand. We will bring a microphone to you, but I'm going to pose some to our student athletes. Amira, you transferred from Texas A&M. You appeared in 21 games there a year ago. Houston is your new home. What is it that drew you to this program, and what do you bring to this team?
What drew me to this program is the values and everything that Coach Mitchell stood for. When we had our first conversation, he mentioned his winning tools to me: hard work, honesty, and discipline. And to me, it just spoke to me because, you know, you want to have somebody who has values and someone who stands on them. And also, I would say he's always just showed that he believed in me, and that was something that I was looking for too, a family, someone who believed in me. And he pushes me every day, and that's something that I needed. It's something that I wanted. And so, yeah. And also what I think I bring to this team is leadership. That's something I'm trying to bring every day consistently. I'm still learning, but I think that as I'm learning, that's something that I can help my teammates with also. Energy, and anything that they need from me, honestly.
Well, he's nodding, so he must agree with you on all of those aspects. Kiera, you were one of 2 players to play in all 30 games a year ago. That puts you in that veteran category, and that you've had a lot of change coming your way over the last few months. Turn the focus to things on the floor. What is it about this team and in practice that is different than what it has been in the past?
The difference between the team this year and what I've experienced in the past is just the energy. Coach Mitchell comes in the gym every day, and he just, he pushes us to be the best that we can. He always talks about our attitude and our effort and how that's just going to, give us the energy that we need to play.
Absolutely. And TK, 3 seasons at SMU. You started 28 games last year. Has someone who's been a part of other programs, tell us how you as players, how you guys define the culture now of Houston women's basketball. It's somewhat new, but you're all doing it together. How do you guys do that both on and off the floor?
Well, being a student athlete, you're always representing your school and yourself, regardless if it's on the court, in the classroom, or off campus. But just coming to Houston and, I looked into Coach Mitchell before I committed. I was looking at Kentucky interviews, and one thing that I said stuck out to me was everything he said 12 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago is what he says now. So that's how I know, the culture and the standard will never change, and he holds everybody that he interacts with to such a high standard. And so not only on the court, but off the court, he feeds into you as a person. If you don't know, he has 2 best-selling books, if you did not know that.
And a band also.
And the Coach Mitchell Band.
Yes.
Yes. So
there we go.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. He's great to all the girls. He cares about you as a person and as a player. And I think that's one of the most important things that a coach can do.
All right. I know we have one question right here. Go ahead, sir.
Matthew Postons, Heartland College Sports. This question's actually for Kiara. So I know you're from Houston. You opted to stay in an era where coaching change inevitably leads to player change. What were the factors that went into your decision to stay?
When Coach Mitchell first stepped foot in the gym and I met him, he had a lot of energy. And I had a talk with him, and he gave me a rundown of how everything was going to be. And, he told me that I could be a great fit to this program. And he believed in me, so that just drove me to want to stay at Houston.
And I believe we have one in the back, if you could tell us who you are.
Daniel Rodriguez, Coug TV. For the 3 of you guys, y'all didn't have the best team success to finish y'all seasons last year, but with a fresh start, is that something that kind of motivates you guys? And then for Coach Mitchell, is that something you look for in the recruiting process, athletes with a chip on their shoulder?
I would say that the last 5 years is my motivation for this year.
Yeah, no, I agree. I haven't necessarily had the most success in my 3 years, but just being a part of the process during practice and seeing the vision that we have and what's going on inside of that building every day definitely lets me know that, we have a point to prove. We haven't shown anything, and that's fine, but I definitely believe that when season comes and everything like that, we definitely have a chip on our shoulder, and I think that will take us a long way.
Yeah, I would just also add that we have a lot of grad students, seniors on this team, so there's just a sense of urgency for us, and there's just a sense of a different type of energy and a different type of it's just a different type of walk that we're coming through when we come through the room. So, yeah.
Coach, I'll let you finish.
Yeah, we really look for 3 things, and they have to have the talent. They don't have to have the most talent, but they have to have enough to play our style. And all 3 of these players are great examples of the talent that is required to do what we're going to do. They have to have skill, and these 3 players are great examples of that. And then the X factor really is energy. And so I want them to channel that energy in a positive way. I want them to believe in themselves. I want them to understand that, it's a formula. It's effort plus attitude equals your energy. And so that is when we get to that point and we can have consistency day in and day out, and you stack those days one on top of the other, we can accomplish some amazing things. And I'll just say this: I'm so grateful to coach 3 people like this. They are amazing young women. They have risen to the challenge, and I'm really, really proud to be with them here today and be representing Houston.
Well, we are so happy to have all of you here in Kansas City. Welcome again to the Big 12, a place, and this town loves basketball, as you will see, and we will see you all back here in March at the Big 12 tournament.